Good morning, Sagittarius. Happy Thursday. Happy Jupiter Day, Sag. So, Sagittarius, keep in mind that we are still in Mercury retrograde. This is the last week. But there are some conjunctions, meaning Mercury is connected to some energies that may make for some difficulties, particularly in communication. Pluto and Mars give us strength. And yeah. So in yesterday's reading, I got Aries season wrong, but whatever. I think that I appropriately explained that. So Sagittarius, let's see what's going on today. If you're interested in personal readings, I am always open for that. And you can find that information by clicking the More button in the description. But let's get started. You may find something from here, and please don't look to make this fit from something that's already happened. Because, these are energies that are coming in today. Now, they could be pre-existing energies for sure. But I think a lot of times people look to, they look so hard to resonate that they don't keep themselves open to what could be happening. So that's my TED Talk. We have one every day because us Sagittarians like to talk. So I am a Sagittarius sun and moon. And yeah, those are actually my only Sagittarius placements. Interestingly enough. I am also very watery, and there's like a balance, and that if you get your chart done or look at your chart, that is something that can tell you a lot about yourself. The balance of energies. So in other words, the elements, right? So in my chart, I have a balance of all elements. To be perfectly honest, I'm Sagittarius dominant, but I have a balance of all elements. And so if in your chart there's one element that you have more of, or even an element that you don't have any of, that can tell you a lot about your life, about yourself. Like, for instance, if you don't have any air in your chart, that could really tell you that communication is a problem, maybe even critical thinking, that type of thing. If you have no water in your chart, that could be a real problem. To be honest, we need all of those things, right? And that's why they say we're all 12 signs. And, there's never a time in which you don't have it. But, it's looking at what do you have more of, what do you have less of, might tell you the energies that you need to balance or, sit more in. For instance, if you have more masculine placements than feminine placements, you may really need to work on your feminine energy. I know for a while I had to do that, and so it will tell you stuff, lots of stuff. So, okay, my TED Talk was a little longer. So what's going on today, Sag? I feel specifically like, okay, because what you're receiving is interesting. You might be thinking about something from the past, okay? Kindness is here. Be guided by your heart. Let go of logic and rationality. Flashback. People from the past return for a second chance. But I can tell you that whatever happens today, particularly, you could just be having a good memory about someone, or you could stumble across a picture of something from the past, and all of a sudden you hear from that person. And this is actually so that you can feel kindness. So it's actually very nice, in my opinion. Now, what I think that starts this whole thing, perhaps, because music's on the bottom. Music can heal wounds that medicine cannot. So you could hear a song and it reminds you of that person, and actually, you know, maybe you let go of resentment towards that person. There's a sense of feeling kindness towards the memory, right? Which might ultimately bring in, you know, some sort of message from this person or communication, because Mercury is here, right? It's about communication. Yes, and open your heart. So that's telling you these are the people affecting your day, or, you know, the energy that's starting today can be communication with someone from the past. And the purpose of that is to open your heart. So it isn't necessarily that it means that you're getting back together with someone, but it is allowing for you to throw kindness on something that maybe hasn't felt so good, you know, because on the bottom, and because on the bottom here is on the table and long term. I feel like it may in the future. So I feel like it also clears up for you on some level what you want in your future. You know, so it's not bad, Sag, to be honest. And these are the types of things that happen during Mercury retrograde. People come back to either clear things up. It's editing energy, to take a second look, you know, and it feels really beautiful to me, actually. So what's going on behind the scenes is, well, we have legal issues here, karmic friends reversed, and shine. I feel like, I don't know what happens here, but it kind of feels like you've made the decision to let some friendship go. This could be a friend, it could be a group of friends. And it's just really because you are who you are. And Sagittarius is very positive, very light, that we get a lot of attention. It's that kind of energy, and some people don't like it. I mean, I'm just going to be real. Sometimes, you know, and I feel like these are people maybe who keep trying to bring you down or bring you into a darker energy. And maybe that's where they're at, and they want you to be there with them. But it's because there's something, like they don't like positivity in some way. And that's the only reason. So this can show up in a lot of ways. It can show up in like complaining, or I really think complaining is one of those things that brings that up. It's a very much an energy drain. So I feel like you're releasing people who drain your energy, who drain your positivity. You know, you wake up in a good mood, and then you talk to a friend and they're complaining about everything. And all of a sudden you're so tired. It's that actually drains your energy. You know, and that's why I make all these speeches about pessimism. Just saying. So, events that may be affecting your day. I will tell you, it seems as if there is something big coming in terms of opportunity. And these are new things, you know, and we are going to really be going into this Aries energy when the new year starts. And that doesn't mean because it's Aries season. Aries is in the nodes. Particularly if you have Aries and Libra placements. So you're going to need sleep because, you know, you want to be rested for what's to come. There's going to be new things because new adventure is here. This could mean a career, you know, but I also feel like it could just be this like renewal when it comes to your work about getting organized and planning. And there's, you know, you're supposed to be getting rest right now, planning for the future, goal setting for the year. And I've been doing that. My organization is getting a little crazy. And Sagittarius is a sign that does struggle with structure and schedules, but it really helps us. I don't know about y'all, but as much as I detest the idea of a structured life because it's boring, I need it because, we're easily distracted. And so stuff like that, although it is boring, it can really keep us on track. Sometimes everything isn't about fun, right? Sometimes. So your energy today, Sagittarius, Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you are making plans. I feel like you are making plans. Because I have felt this for a while, like just feeling overwhelmed with everything you have to do, the need to knock some things off your plate, being tired with the 10 of Wands here. And I feel like you're doing things that are just going to make things easier. So maybe you don't have to work so much or work so hard or carry so many responsibilities, and it's interesting with the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords being here. I feel like you're looking at a lot of things you didn't want to look at, particularly when it comes to what weighs you down. And I feel like you really are going to be dealing with that because your blessing is Justice and the Five of Swords, which is, speaking of these people, like you're still in clearing energy a little bit, right? But you're making the decision to bring balance into your life. So in order to do that, Five of Swords, what isn't working? What is it that you feel particularly defeated in, right? Who can you not trust? You're just in this energy of, I'm not going to play games with my life anymore. Boom diggity. Yeah, and the challenge is just getting started, actually, or knowing exactly what it is that you should do, right? The Emperor and the Ace of Swords, that's being honest with yourself. And I feel like you're being honest with yourself over the fact that you need structure. You need structure, Sag. You need structure. You need a plan. You need to have these things planned out beforehand. And you may also be addressing within yourself where you're being stubborn. Where are you being stuck in your ways, Sagittarius? Yeah. And what's interesting is I feel like, because on the bottom, I feel like you may be receiving help from someone that you pretty much X'd out of your life. And it starts with a sudden conversation that kind of is healing. Maybe it's this kindness and does really grow in abundance, right? And it's really going to help you with everything else you're doing because, it is going to help you with your money. And we reach that through a spiritual path. Everyone thinks that we get rich by working more. No, sorry. Sorry, that's not true. We don't. And maybe maybe that's the thing that's happening, Sag. Because with the Queen of Swords being here, the Queen of Swords wants to be logical, right? And there's a way of doing things. And that might be what you're examining. Maybe the answer isn't working more. Maybe, and truth, maybe you're looking at too how you create your own burdens. So just saying, all those things are relevant. High Priestess, the Four of Wands, the Lovers, and the Tower reversed. Ugh. It kind of feels like for some, there might be someone in your life that you feel highly connected to and had a lot of hope for, but they're just not changing. And so you've got to make a tough choice there. Just saying. So yeah, as you know, with the daily energies, there can be a lot of different things that come out, Sag. A lot of different things. So now we'll get to the advice of it all. Okay. Sorry, Sagittarius. We'll see what you need to focus on today. And, you know, what will be inspiring today. And I'm going to throw in a message from your angel, Sagittarius. So what does Sagittarius need to focus on today, Spirit? Guides and ancestors. What does Sagittarius need to focus on today? What's important to you, Sag? Choose your priorities and eliminate all distractions. And I feel like that is what structure allows for. Geez. It's like structure is screaming at you, Sagittarius. So what is inspiring? How can Sagittarius be inspired today? How can Sagittarius be inspired today? How can Sagittarius be inspired today? No wanted to be seen, so we're still moving through this energy where you're going to have to say no to some things. How can Sagittarius be inspired today? Sagittarius. Ooh, I was going to say, where's the inspiration? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So you're supposed to think outside of limitations. And to be honest, your ancestors are with you. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So if there's something that you're wanting to do, right? Something you feel like you're being called to do, but it seems like an impossible situation. Your guides are telling you, go forth. Like, and this is something Tony Robbins says too, that there's always resources. That resources should never be the reason that you don't do something. And they're telling you if you just take the steps, it will show up for you. Sag, ask for the way and the way appears. Right? Amen, amen. All right, so let's get one card from your angels. See what they have to say to you today. What do the angels have to say to Sag? What do the angels have to say to Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Have a card for Sagittarius. Oh, okay. Life purpose, Sag. Uh-oh. We're going straight for the gusto here. So fresh air is on the bottom, so it might do you good to get outside. Life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose. And then your purpose will serve you. But the truth is we are always in our purpose at every single minute. So, Sag, that's what I have for you. All is well and stay blessed, my friends.